Hi everyone, welcome to the first lab session in KIN320. And I'm Kane. I'll be meeting with you during the lab session in this course. So before we dive into the first lab activity, I want to give you a brief introduction of either what a lab would look like in a typical lab session and how it will look like in the whole semester, hopefully. So if you're watching this video, you're probably in section B, which means we've divided the lab into like 2 weeks for a module. And for section B, you'll take the online version first in the first week, and then come to the face-to-face lab in the following week. So for the first module, you'll be taking lab 4 as your first lab, and lab 5 as your second lab. And we still keep the lab number the same as what it was previously because that links to the lecture better. But due to like the adjustment in pandemic, we changed the order a little bit. But I'll still make sure I explain the concept well. Yeah, so this lab, if you can see, it'll cover the linear movement and angular movement, and also some typical instrument in the lab like force plate and EMG analysis, and also some qualitative analysis like mechanics of throwing and jumping. And qualitative analysis will be much better if we can do that face-to-face, but we'll see how it goes at the end of the semester. Yeah, so we totally got 12 labs. And a typical lab will be start with a mini lecture that I'll briefly introduce the concept you'll need to finish the lab assignment and understand what we're doing. And then we'll be divided into several groups, probably 3 to 4 with 2 people in each group. And we'll do data collection with your group mate. And if you're taking a virtual lab like this week, I'll do the data collection for you, and I'll have a demo video to let you really visualize how it looks like. Try to like preserve as much as preserve like hands-on experience as much as I can. So an assignment will be individual report. So there is no group report for this lab, and you got a assignment every week, and it dues by the following Wednesday before midnight. So for example, this week, your assignment will due next Wednesday before 11:59 at the night. Yeah, so and my office hour is in Wednesday morning. So make sure, I want to make sure like you can still reach out to me before submitting the assignment. Yeah, and each assignment will count for 10 points, and we got 12 assignments, so it's totally 120. Hopefully I done my math correctly. Yeah, so 120, and it'll consist like 25% of the whole course, I believe. And it's a file upload on Canvas. You don't need to submit any like real paper sheet to me. Everything will be electronic. And I would prefer a PDF document, but a Word will be acceptable. And sometimes you need to provide your calculation process and the equation you use. And I know it's sometimes hard to type in a computer. You can just write down on the paper and take a picture of it, but make sure I can read it. Sometimes it was hard. Yeah. And typically you need to turn in all the data tables, and there will be several answers on the lab sheet. So that'll be the data collected, the analysis you need to process the data, and finally to answer the discussion questions. But sometimes I change the lab sheet or this assignment a little bit. That'll be different from what's described on the lab sheet. So make sure you check my slides before you write. Yeah, I'll make sure I mention everything you need in an assignment at the end of my slides every time. Yeah, and late submission is usually not allowed, but I know this semester is a little bit different. So don't hesitate to reach out to me and Dr. Smith if you need to submit it later, and we can discuss about it. That won't be a problem. Yeah, and for attendance, you don't need attendance this week, but for our face-to-face lab, we still want to see you in person. But if you don't feel safe or it's anything like you need to miss this lab, don't worry. Your grades shouldn't be affected by your attendance. But make sure you contact Dr. Smith and me so we can discuss like case by case. Yeah, no worries this semester. Just provide all the information you got and we'll discuss everything. Yeah. And my office hour is on Wednesday morning from 10 to 12. And during that time, I'll be setting up the lab equipment in 628 for every face-to-face lab. So I won't be logging on Zoom all the time. So if you want to meet me, please email me in advance if you want to. Yeah. So I think that's it. And hopefully you can enjoy the lab this week. And don't hesitate to email me if you find anything weird, because that's the first time I transferred to an online version. Yeah. See you later. Bye-bye.